Holy crap, that's a big crowd. Where's that at?
Liberty, Oregon.
Oregon? That's a heck of a setup. Where's that at again? You said Oregon?
Yeah, Sublimity Harvest Festival in Oregon.
When is that?
That's second weekend in September.
Weekend right after Labor Day.
Yeah, it's the weekend right after Labor Day. Every year it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That looks awesome, guys.
Dude, I freaking love that track setup from a photography perspective.
Jason Schultz might need to jump on an aeroplane. So,
heck yeah.
That's cool. Sorry, I'll keep playing some videos while people come on. But
that's the one that I went live on when we did the opening ceremonies and they're firing the big cannon.
Yep, that's right. Thank you. I knew there was a reason I was keeping you around, John.
I think you had the micro minis posted too on that.
Yeah.
Dude, that is freaking good.
You recognize that sled, Jason?
I do. I do. Bruce, did you see any palm trees yet? We talked about this.
No, but run that video one more time, would you?
The white one? The flash?
Yeah, that one that you just had up.
Okay.
Just like skip to the middle of it.
Okay. Like right there?
Yeah, that's good.
Want to hear the sound?
Nope.
Okay.
Damn, that's a nice crowd too.
Yeah, it is. They usually pack house there too.
That's cool. This is Denair, right?
Yeah, that's Denair.
This is where you guys are going to be this weekend, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the football field with the track on the outside.
That's right. Okay. Ryan and I were in Georgia this weekend. We talked about you guys coming on Monday night, and I want to make sure. Here's Idaho. This is from your page, right? Yeah. Good stuff.
Slight miss on the gear.
It happens.
I just sent you one. You said palm trees. I just sent you one that from Stockton, California, that has a palm tree at the end of it.
I've seen video from that track.
I just sent you one that from Stockton, California, that has a palm tree at the end of it.
I've seen video.
Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second.
Good Lord, that's a good
There it
beer.
is.
Wow.
This is the palm tree one, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Palm trees are cool. Charles, I'm getting you a palm tree for Christmas.
You can send it here, but it'll die.
I don't know how that'll handle a Michigan winter, but we'll check it out for sure and get going. So I'm going to play my opening video, guys, and we're going to start talking. So give me 1 second to find that. From my sponsors. The sponsors pay the bills. And we have a funny thing we always show, too. So here we go.
Yesterday, how did you do?
I got second place. I lost the 4 feet.
And today,
I was 700 pounds late. I didn't really know the way the tractor. First time I ever pulled her. Today. Well, I put her in a 16,000 pound class. I put her in turret gear. They were all 280, 290. One was 310, maybe 312.
And you were?
I put her in 370 feet in the sand pond. The only mistake I made, I didn't put her in a registration booth with the girl.
Welcome everybody to Let's Grow Pulling. My name is Jason Schultz. We do this every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is like 6 o'clock in California. Hey, what does daylight savings time do to you guys?
Messes it all up.
That's
Pretty much. I mean, 5 o'clock, it gets dark now. So,
yeah. Understood. And Let's Grow Pulling Live is sponsored by the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. Like I said, do us every Monday night. Below me, the great Charles Posch. That guy, oops, I always do the finger thing wrong. It's like Hollywood Squares, but I always screwed up. Ryan Rusink down here in the bottom left. And then the old Iron Outlaws. We have John Boer, Jason Titsworth, Nick Jackson. And your really name is Titsworth, correct?
That's right.
So, and that is the best name in pulling. We've decided that from now on. So.
Appreciate it.
John has been a contributor to the Beer Money Pulling Team social media for over a year now or so. John always had some nice videos. I sent him a message on Facebook and said, "Hey, John, go live whenever you can. Upload any of your videos." And we truly, I mean, we say Let's Grow Pulling. That's what this is all about. We feel the more eyes that we can put on the sport by our pictures, our videos, and interviews like this, it's better off for the sport. And I don't think people realize that the quality of equipment that you have in California in truck and tractor pulling out there. I mean, we all think of it as, I'm not trying to pick on you, but just a liberal state where you can't even drive your diesel truck without getting pulled over by the DOT. So Let's go, Brandon. That's all I'm going to say. So it's all good.
yeah, we just hope that the fault line will just fall off to the west of us and we'd be
The
fine.
fault line. Oh, I love you guys. This is good stuff. Wait, we do that. Like I said, we're talking about Denair. Well, I want to talk about the truck sitting behind you. I want each of you to kind of introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do for a living. I know Titsworth is in the porn industry. Way to go, buddy. You know, I'm glad you stayed employed during COVID. You know, I don't know what else.
Come on, that can't be the first time you've heard that.
Strap up and mask up.
Oh, so I'm still like in total, like I'm somewhat professional and I want to be, but I spent a weekend with 7 guys in a house in Georgia going to truck and tractor pulls, and we were just picking on each other the whole time, and we had a blast. And I'm still trying to come down a little bit, try to get back into somewhat of a professional mode a little bit.
It's very mirrored image to our group when we go hunting and stuff like that. All the chaos, all the shenanigans.
Oh, we had fun. And
We had good shenanigans.
I do a lot of stupid stuff sober. Everybody always thinks I'm hammered all the time. Like, oh no, I'll do that sober. I'm not afraid.
Well, if you want shenanigans, we should dig up the Code 2
Oh,
video.
no.
Oh yeah, the Code 2 video would be special.
Yeah, that's
I'll
special. I'll have to
find it.
get that one for you, Jason.
Please do send it via messenger. Well, John, I know you're in the middle, but can you kind of tell us who you are, tell us what you do for a living, and then tell us about your truck a little bit. And then once we get the 3 interviews done, and if anybody's watching, if you have comments, if you don't like any of these guys, please type it into the comments. I'll be sure to put it on the screen.
I got a funny feeling Gish is going to be getting on there.
Yeah, there's quite a few people watching. The numbers are pretty solid, so I have a feeling this is going to be fun tonight. So this is.
I'm John Boer, farmer by trade, also a volunteer fire chief in our area. I drive, and we all built Code 3, 62 Power Wagon Dodge. It started off as a street class back in 2010. Worked its way up to what we call California Super Stock. And then in 2000, well, the first time I ran promo was 2016, but when we built the new Code 3 was in 2018. 572 max wedge, all Mopar on alcohol. In 2018, the very first time we ran with this new chassis, Jason and I and Jason Miller took it to Plymouth, California, and won the very first pull with it. To a couple of the old guys that were there, they said there's only been 2 in California that's ever done that, and that was the Wild Hare, which is a very well-known truck that's been all over the United States. When Danny Coelho first brought the new Wild Hare out, he did the same thing. So I felt that was a really good feeling. Since then, it's been a work in progress, upgrading every year. That's basically it. And this truck actually started off as an actual chief's truck my grandfather drove when he was the fire chief at
Awesome.
Hereford Hickman.
That's cool.
So whenever he retired, he bought it. And then when my grandmother passed away, my grandfather hit me up one day and says, "Hey, you want the truck?" So me and a couple buddies went and got it. And we had taken a hiatus from pulling for a little while, and we were trying to figure out what to do with it. And they said, let's build it into a pull truck. So that's what we did.
Did your grandfather ever see it before as a pulling truck?
He rode in it, not with this chassis, but he rode in it when it was the old chassis, when we were able to still take it out on the street a little bit and pounded through the gears with it. And he definitely liked it.
That's awesome.
That is very cool.
Actually, I have 2 seats in it that was built for the reason of either taking my grandfather or my dad for a ride in it before they both went on and never got a chance to, but the seats are still there, and we run one of his helmets inside the cab.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Awesome. Well, now you made me cry, John.
Get the tissue out, Jay.
Just
Nick?
make a Titsworth joke. You'll be better, Jason.
No. I'm gonna let Titsworth go last. So Nick, you're next. So
Okay, I'm Nick Jackson. The full name of my truck is actually Here Comes the Judge. It was based off a 1959 Chevy 3100. It began its life as an all steel bodied 59 Chevy. It came on the circuit in 1982 as a street class truck. And it got its name from the Pontiac GTO that donated its engine to get that truck pulling. So that's where the name came from, along with the sitcom that was popular at the time. So it pulled from 82 to 90. It was 96 or 97 when it got parked. It became a pro mod very quickly. It ran the 6,200 pound modified class. It's been all up and down the West Coast. It made 3 trips to Hawaii when they used to do the Chevron Super Pull at Aloha Stadium.
Whoa. Stop. We're going to back up right now.
Yep.
Hawaii. Yes.
Truck's palm trees.
Truck's been there 3 times. Yep.
Damn it. We're too late, Jason.
what?
And the sleds came from up here. That was Near Pass that sent the sleds all the way from Michigan out to Hawaii to do those.
That's
Right.
insane.
Or not Near Pass. It was Ellenbaum. That was before Near Pass had them.
Wow.
So, yeah, my great uncle Ted Pappy Duncan was one of the original builders of that truck. The current setup was released in, I believe, 1993. It's all fiberglass. I run a 632 cubic inch based off a big block Chevy, custom chassis, 106 front, 106 rear. The truck did its biggest amount of, I'll say, it had its best run when a close friend of my great uncle Pappy, his friend David Ravella, when he took the wheel, David could drive the wheels off that truck better than anybody. At this point, I hope to become half the driver David was. That he could wheel that truck like no other. But the truck sat for 20 years, and in 2018, I took a trip up to see family in Oregon. It was sitting in a barn. Broke my heart the whole way home. I couldn't see it like that, and I toiled over it. And my wife finally said, "Hey, you know what? Go talk to the family." So I went back up to Oregon, made a trip, got an operating agreement with my cousins, and I ran it under the operating agreement in 2019. And then in 2020, I bought the truck outright. So it'll stay in the family, stay in my hands, and we plan on running it for a long time.
That's
So
awesome.
in 2021, we had a good year. We had 3 wins this year with it. Took it up to Oregon, placed top 3 up there. That was our first trip up there and our first trip on an older style sled. So, I'm still figuring things out behind the wheel of that truck, and hopefully I'll only get better as time goes on.
Now, when I heard John say California rules, I mean, what do we call your class?
Ours is no different than ours is 6,200 Pro modified 4x4, just like you guys have back there.
Okay, so like Donnie Reeves pulls with you guys?
Yep.
Yeah, we pull against Donnie.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, a few of the guys from here have gone back there.
Yep.
Bowling Green, Donnie has, Bob Morrill with Overkill. A few guys have gone back there.
I've met Donnie a couple times up in Wisconsin, and when he's been up here to Ellsworth, Wisconsin, and then I think somewhere else. And then Rob, how close do you guys live to Robbie Fagundes?
About an hour and 15?
Yep.
So
He's
Robbie-
just south
A little over an
Robbie
hour.
was in Wisconsin a couple summers ago and just showed up at my house on a Monday night to do the show. And he gave me one of his crew shirts. So we've kind of stayed pretty close since then. That's pretty cool. So
Yeah, matter of fact, the blue truck right here, that's actually my brother's truck, Third Dimension. Robbie, we busted the rear end on it during a practice run, during a test and tune. And it's got a oddball gear ratio. And Robbie goes, "Hey, I got that in the shop." So he comes by with a cattle truck, drops it off, and that's what's in it now.
I'm glad you told me that because Nick was talking about his truck and I saw a blue one in the background and I saw a yellow on his Facebook page and I said I haven't drank since Saturday.
No, my truck's at my house. It's not in the shop tonight. But as for back east, I'm planning on making a run. Hopefully it's a 5-year plan, but we plan on pointing the Judge east and coming back for either some outlaw or PPL events.
That'd be awesome.
Bring it on. We'd be happy to have you.
Very cool. Okay, Titsworth. Why do they call you Titsworth? Titsworth.
Running wild titty style.
Woo!
Well, Jason Titsworth here. I've been part of pulling for about 20 years now. Ran with Larry Lopes and Young Guns, a real awesome truck out here in California. It's been back to South Dakota and around over the years. So within that first 10 years, we ended up with about 10 championships between winter and regular summer nationals, and learned a lot about pro mods at that time. His brother-in-law and sister owned the Flash, and me and him had done a bunch of work to it because the owner was unable to with his back injury, and at some point he decided to get out of pulling, and they offered the truck up to me, and I ended up buying the truck. My wife didn't know about it, brought it home.
Wow.
I got some.
The stone's on you, buddy.
That's how I bought my first 2 tractors. Yeah. I told my wife the day after I had them home. So
yeah, I asked the kids and my wife to come out and see what was sitting in the street, and they came out and they were like, "Why do you have Rick's truck?" At that point, I explained it to them that we're the new curators of the Flash, try to keep it going. The truck's been around since the late 70s. It's been to Hawaii, been all over the West Coast. I've campaigned it in Utah, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, all up and down the western side for us. And in 2012, after I bought it in 2010, 2012, I actually ran for points, and we did a Oregon versus California series, and then we all met for one last pull, and you gained points. I ended up winning that in 2012 with L&L Productions, so that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Most of the time I don't run for points, just with raising some kids and stuff, it's hard to hit all those shows out here on the West Coast, but been taking care of it for the last 11 seasons, and been doing well with it. We've got a 600-inch big block Chevy on methanol with it's tuned and designed by Larry Lopes, good friend of mine, like I said, with Young Guns.
All 3 of these are.
Yeah. So Larry's our guru when it comes to fuel and engines. So he builds a lot of stuff out here on the West Coast for people. So, but yeah.
Who paid Brian Humphrey $50 to say something nice about the guy?
Humphrey.
It had to be Boer. So, interesting story, though. One thing I did forget. So in the 80s, Flash, like Jason said, came around in the late 70s, and the Judge came around 82, and by 85, it was a pro mod. Well, Mike Shelley, the original owner of California Flash, and my great uncle Ted Duncan they wound up being pretty good friends, and they ran around together. And my family lived in Hollister, California. Mike lived in Dos Palos, not too far away. So they used to visit each other's homes, spend time together, run around, run amok, have shenanigans. And then lo and behold, here we are in 2021, and Jason and I live one town apart. The Flash and the Judge are running around together, and we cause more shenanigans than you can possibly think of.
And 3D was all built
So
up too.
it was ironic that those 2 trucks found their way back to each other.
The shenanigan department, I think we could hang out together. I think we'd be all right.
Yeah,
together.
these are definitely our people here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jason, I've seen a lot of your content. You would fit right in with this bunch. You are welcome anytime. If you're not crazy yet, we'll train you.
I keep telling my wife I'm gonna be 46 tomorrow. I keep telling her I'm getting old and boring, and she says you will never be old and boring. And I said, well, compared to what I used to do, I'm getting kind of old and boring. So
It was kind of comical. A little story about shenanigans was, with the whole COVID bull.
Yep.
We were shut down in California. We only had one pool in California all 2020, so we were making runs to Idaho, and we got to Shoshone. I think it was Shoshone, Idaho. And the promoter there comes walking up to us and goes, "You guys just have way too much fun on the road, don't you?" I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I've been watching all your guys' shenanigans posted all over Facebook all the way there."
Nice.
Yeah, that was the Shoshone trip because that was 2 trips worth that he had.
Because that's when we were picking on Chris because Chris was out.
Yeah,
Baby Huey.
Baby Huey.
I was going to ask about Baby Huey.
Yeah.
How does Baby Huey fit into all this?
You can explain
Baby Huey is Chris Daniels. I mean, Jason, you're closest to Chris. We're all close to Chris, but Jason's been around him for a long time. Chris is a class act, one of the best guys on the West Coast when it comes to pullers. You couldn't ask for a better guy to run around with or even compete against.
Only a Nevada guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris lives about
3.5.
about 3 hours from me now, 2.5.
Yeah.
And he just got done repainting the truck. He's on the truck forever, I think, since high school.
Truck.
And just kind of built it up with his friends and family over the years. I met Chris, I think it was about 15 years ago at a pull over in Nevada at Urrington. He was a tech guy, and I was running one of Larry's super stock trucks, and I pulled on the scale, and he comes up to the window, and he's like, "So what are you going to do with this thing?" It's kind of gives you little sneak peek of his humor and personality. But it was all good fun. I got off the scale and I was like asking Larry, "Who is this guy?" And he's like, "Oh, that's Chris. Don't worry about it." And then over the years, just seeing him at pools and getting to know him, and now whenever he comes to California, he stays at mine and my wife's place and in our spare room, and we're always doing things with those guys. The last time they showed up, we had them check in like they were at a hotel registration.
Nice.
Video too.
Baby's currently in the 2-wheel drive class. It's getting a new front axle this winter, so
It's with half breed.
it's a little light right now.
Now, is that
There's a picture of
cover
it. Yeah.
photo almost looks like it's a short box, is it?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
That's got to be a handful to drive.
That one, Baby Huey, Code 3, and the Flash are all short wheelbase.
Really?
Yep.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
When you guys run up to Idaho and you're pulling up there, do you run into the knee bars and Kenny Eggleston when you're up there?
Bowers, yeah. That's
yeah.
Katie and
Yeah. Skylar and Katie and
Yeah, they've been out here to the Winter Nationals, and we've been back to pull for them and on the edge in Utah and some other pulls before.
all three pulls last year when we went to Idaho were United Truck and Tractor Puller.
Man, you guys got some good looking trucks.
Yeah, that's a fact.
What's
So,
the
hey,
what's
you also
the season
mentioned-
look like for you guys? I mean, how many hooks do you get, and how far? What's your travel time like to get to all those? Is it like is here, or are you spending hours on the road to hit shows?
You can basically start pulling in May, and our pulling basically ends at the beginning of October, and I think everything's within 3 hours of where we're at based.
Wow, I just assumed it was like living in Texas. Those guys got to go 8-10 hours just to get out of Texas. You know what I mean?
No, for the most part, like I said, when we make the run up to Sublimity, or like when we went to Idaho, those were long runs. But when we go over, one of my favorite shows to go do is Gardnerville, Nevada. It's usually one of the last shows of the year, late August for L&L Productions, and that is one hell of a show. And I think that takes us about 3 hours, and that's going up over mountain passes, pulling the trailers. So no, it's actually pretty convenient. California would surprise you.
Is there a certain association you guys run with, or?
There's four promoters in California. You have Donnie Fagundes has Max Cackle. He has a couple pulls a year. Then you have Valley Tractor Pullers, which I'm the vice president of that one. That's basically, we're an antique club, but also have 3 events where the hot stuff comes. And then you have MLM, which is Brian Massetti, has probably 8 or 9. And then you have L&L Productions, which is Mike Lewis. It has
About a dozen.
usually 10 to 12 pulls a year. On a really good year, this has been a few years ago, but on a really good year, I did 36 hooks in 1 year.
Wow.
That's a great year.
That's when we were still running street class. And we went all the way from Tulare to Red Bluff is what we were doing with them.
I always wondered how you said the name of that city. Now I know.
Tulare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I hear it all the time on in MAV TV when you watch Koreas or somebody on there, and it's Tulare or
Tulare.
Tulare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, in the course of your introductions, have I think all of you mentioned heading up to Oregon. Oregon is not a place that any of us really associate with pulling. What's the scene like up there? Sounds like there's something to it.
But there's 6 or 8 trucks in Oregon?
Yeah, as far as our class.
Oregon, Washington.
Yeah, Oregon, Washington group. I mean, I think there's a little bit more. But they have a really good show that we try to make every year. I always tease everybody for the first time when you go to Sublimity. The first time's not the hard part to go there and go see go compete and be in the show and everything like that. The hard part's trying to get there every single year because it's the middle of harvest and everybody's busy. So, but yeah, it's I think they put around. I've heard numbers of 18,000 people in 3 days through the gates, and it's just a class act up there. 2 sleds
Also,
running.
You got to hold that picture. The story.
You guys
behind
are all about your jewelry.
No, the story behind that picture is a great one. So we first trip to Idaho last year. We were in Burley, Idaho, and Jason decides he's got to do spark plugs, and
His wrist was hurting.
number 1 cylinder, John's tightening the spark plug, and then the spark plug went from tight to loose.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Yeah, righty too tighty.
Righty too tighty.
Oops.
No, actually, I think the head was getting ready anyway, but John happened to be the one with his fingers on it when it gave way. So we pulled the spark plug out, threads with it, and we had to do an emergency helicoil right there in the arena. So John's been getting gifts ever since. And that's a necklace that the Gish family made for him that's made out of spark plugs, a spark plug wire, and helicoils.
That's awesome.
That's terrific.
I saw some other jewelry. We got some baby Hueys. Is that what those are?
So I brought that this last year, and that's the duck. Baby Huey always we're always teasing about different ducks. Well, that one's actually got the flash on it on its belly.
Yep.
And made that. I got that chain from a store.
Shields.
Oh, Shields, yeah, down in Nevada. And so whoever won that the pulls up there, we put it around them. So Larry Lopes wore it one night, and then Mike Roberts won it the first night. So yeah, it was we just kind of had them. That's a little trophy to walk around with for the night. So it's pretty cool.
So we have a duck that represents pretty much every truck in the group. We've got a flash duck, a firefighter duck. Young Guns has a little sheriff duck. I've got a judge duck. It's our kind of a running joke with Chris. You showed the picture of his mascot that stays on his throttle. We actually abducted that last year, and we put it in jail. I'll have to send you the picture, Jason. And he had to go before the judge.
I got the video.
We did a charity pull here locally. That was our first hook of the year this year, and we made Chris go in front of the judge and plead his case to get his mascot back.
Oh, I love it.
You guys are awesome, man. You have a good time with this.
Yeah, no kidding.
Donnie's watching. You guys got any good Donnie stories for me?
Uh-oh.
Here, I'm sending you the video of the duck court, but here's that necklace with helicoils, spark plugs, and spark plug wire.
So if Donnie's watching, tell him to have Spike call me about those coilovers.
Could you use some of my pictures as in front of your tractor truck pull? You guys know Thomas?
You know that name?
I don't recognize that name. Anybody know that name?
They might know Thomas, but Thomas doesn't know English.
Yeah. Charles, a lot of people drink to watch our show. You understand that, right? So.
Charles is drinking during the show,
Cheers.
and so am I. Charles, what are you drinking, by the way?
I saw these 3 mugs on the other side of the camera. I'd be drinking too.
Blackjack.
I would
Nice.
I would interview you guys every Monday night. This is a hoot. This is easy. So
Here's to stout season.
we ducked that.
That's right up my alley. That's what I do for a living. I'm in the beverage industry, and we sell lots of stouts and cervezas.
Really?
All right. So tell us more.
We got to talk
Ryan,
offline, you and me.
Yeah, Ryan. Just got really
Sounds like a plan.
No, I got an Arizona brewery to turn you on to.
Okay. I like it.
So here is the court, the people's court, guys. I'm going to show this video here. Flip our screens around so I get the full.
Now presiding.
His attorney's still over washing his truck.
Hey, attorney, talking.
You my attorney?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Nothing to do.
Public defender.
Can you refuse public defender?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm easy to get rid of.
So, Mr. Huey, you received your notice.
That's so awesome.
A year ago. To justify the release of your mascot?
Please, innocent. Innocent.
That's not going to cut it. We have way too much evidence of the behavior listed in the notice for sure.
We've been beating up on Chevys like that.
Yeah.
What do you do? Go to a wrecking yard?
Yeah, one more round. That's never going to stop, I don't think.
Overruled.
Might need to go to rehab. Sorry. The land of Nevada.
On that statement, I will release the prisoner. Yeah. On the condition that you go to Board Pullers Anonymous and admit that you drive a truck where they circled the problem.
You guys go to school. Jeez.
Well, we were wondering what's the worst truck, so they did circle it.
Whatever.
Court is now in session.
That's awesome, you guys.
Love it.
Oh, all kinds of shenanigans all the time.
He thought we were helping moving in his shop that day. We were actually abducting his mascot.
Yeah. Stole it.
I got a good story for you this year up at Sublimity. Our buddy Jason Gish, another Jason, imagine that.
Double Ugly
It's a
too.
good name.
Double Ugly.
Double ugly too. Another beautiful truck.
Yep.
He decides to get in on the shenanigans and swapped out the ducks.
That's right. He put the zombie.
He put the zombie duck on Chris's throttle, and he put the duck on his throttle. So he's going down the track, and his hand slips off the throttle at like 3/4 track. And he had a heck of a run going. And he's just like, that damn duck jinxed me. He'll never live that one down.
I love it. Let's talk about Saturday, guys.
Yeah.
So, John, is it the Facebook page Valley Truck? What is it? Valley what? Pullers
Valley
Association?
Tractor Pullers Association.
Got it.
Saturday's our last pull of the season. It's a benefit pull for Denair FFA. This is the 6th annual that we've done for them. We're going to have our normal show is a 2-sled show with antiques all the way from 3,800 pound antiques up to 19,000 pound tractors. And then we have our super stock class, country modified classes, all that kind of regular truck classes. And then we also have the pro modified class coming in, which is our class. Right now, we're looking at a few of them. Code 3 Flash, Young Guns, Gone Wild, possibly Yellow Fever.
Show no mercy.
Show No Mercy. There's going to be quite a few of us at that one. And then I got hand signals going off to my left over here. And then also we're going to be having the Super Farms Britt Chippenary with Green Energy, and then Sam Erb with Wendell Trinkler's tractor, the Super 9300 Super Farms. They're going to be there. It'll be good. It's usually a good show. It's the last one of the season. It's pretty cool outside, so as long as it don't rain on us, we'll be
doing right now.
Which it's doing right now. It just started about 15 minutes ago.
It rains in California?
Yeah, occasionally. Don't believe what you see in the papers.
I'm glad you're getting Chippenary out there. He's a good friend.
Yep. Matter of fact, he's at our Valley meeting right now, or he'd be here. So
He's a good dude.
yeah, we got a lot of good people we run around here in California and stuff. So
Matter of fact, we actually beer money in and of itself kind of owes a lot to Brent, because Brent hooked us up with the gentleman named Ray Prock, who you guys may or may not know.
Yeah, I know Ray.
Who helped us regain control of our page about 5 years ago when we were hacked.
The Russians stole it from us, John.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, so basically somebody got in as an admin access. Somebody left their browser open, they snuck in through the back door and deleted all of us and stole my page. It was a very scary time. So.
And Chipperoni was the guy who got us hooked up with Ray, and Ray eventually led us to, he had some contacts at Facebook, and that's why we're here talking today. So buy him a beer next time you get the chance and tell him it's from us.
Oh, I'm sure he's watching right now. Ray will get me on it. I've known Ray since back in high school days, so I've known Ray a long time.
Ray, I will buy you a beer someday. I promise you.
Especially if we get you guys out here.
Oh, that'd be awesome. John, if we were going to come to one poll, and I know this isn't fair, but if we were all coming out for one poll, where would you have us come?
I don't know. Which one would be Turlock Fair is the biggest one, but Gardnerville, Nevada would be a good one. Yeah, or even going to Sublimity for that one there.
So if we flew into Vegas, how far of a drive is it?
Oh, from Vegas? It'd be easiest to fly into Reno. Reno or Sacramento.
Okay.
I'm in for Turlock. So just say when. I want to see the Valley. I think it's awesome. So
I do too.
Is that where that 1206 broke in half years ago?
It's back.
Say that again. I had Nick was giving me some fingers.
There was a 1206 pulling tractor that broke in half.
Yeah, that was down at Tulare Antique Show several years ago. Yeah, that one was a really interesting moment. Another one that was a really good one, since he's watching, if Donnie brings Clements back, that'd be a good one. We usually have a good old time on that one.
Does Power Trip Super Farm ever hook with you guys, or does it just live in the Midwest now?
Used to be out here all the time. I don't know if it's I think it's still out there.
It's in Illinois right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always pulled out here, but this season it is all back there.
Roger, one of our fellow pullers, wants to know. So, John, you're a farmer, right? You farm, don't you? Yeah. Almonds or something?
Almonds, walnuts. We got open grain
and goats
and livestock.
How do you fit inside one of those key dollar cabs?
I don't.
Aha.
Guys, is this Denair right here?
Yeah, that's Denair.
So that's where you're going to be this Saturday, right next to the football field.
Yep.
That's so awesome.
A lot of our tracks for a lot of Valley's pools are a lot of benefit pools for FFAs and stuff like that, and usually it's on tracks, football fields.
Yeah. What's Nick do for a real job?
There you go.
Well, I'm an operations manager by trade, and my side hustle is supplying the props for Jason's side gig.
Jason, I may have seen some of your productions. I've been known to browse the internet in incognito mode. So.
I'm just waiting for John to fall out of that chair.
So
yeah, I got it blocked up pretty good.
Okay, good.
Jason, seriously, what's your real job?
So I work for a distributor. So we work with the breweries, and then I set up programming for our sales reps and do forecasting, launch new products for beer and non-alcs for our distributor. So
If they need it, if they want to sponsor the Beer Money Pulling Team, we can help them out. So just let me know there, Titsworth.
I'm going to send him the
as soon as I get some more sponsorship dollars, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's what I tell everybody. I get people message us every day asking them to sponsor them. I'm like, dude, I can barely pay for the one I have.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Do you guys run up against I want to say it's Cal Poly that has a collegiate pulling team? They run a mod.
They run in the 5,800 pound modified tractor class. They still have 2 tractors. I mean, we only see one on a regular basis.
They have 3.
I think Mustang Legacy.
Mustang Legacy and Poly Thunder.
Yeah. Okay. Mustang Legacy's out. That's a 5,800 pound tractor. Has the old Allison aircraft engine in it. That one's fun to watch.
I remember hearing about that tractor.
So there's a lesson for everybody. You know, California's doing this, and there's a school in Illinois that's doing it, but no one else is. And why are you not? Yeah. You know, the engagement level is there for you.
I haven't met one student that I've talked to in that program that isn't just completely bought in and just over the moon to be there and be a part of it. I mean, they absolutely love being out there with that tractor. You know, they get taking turns to drive it. That's why I said it's fun to watch, because you're going to get 1 or 2 shows every night. It's either going to be a heck of a pull or a wild ride, but either way, the crowd's going to love it.
Nice.
You know, they put in the work.
They do a lot of work.
You know, they do a lot of work on that tractor, and they get to be out there with the rest of us pulling. And like I said, I haven't met one student that's been out there with that tractor that wasn't just 100% into the sport and into the work they do. Oh, there's code 2.
Yeah, this is shenanigans from Winnemucca, Nevada.
Don't be scared, John. What you got? Perfect. Go 2. Yeah.
Why is there an ass donut in there?
Okay, so here's the story behind that. So we had the helicoil incident in Burley. So we had
2020 was a mess.
We had to take care of him at Shoshone. Well, at Shoshone, he blew an O-ring.
Clearly.
Yeah, John blew an O-ring in Shoshone, and
he was laid out for what, 3 hours?
Oh, about 3 hours. He was just completely laid out.
I almost didn't drive the truck.
So when we got home, I called. By the way, we call him Titty for short. I called Titty and I said, "Hey, we need to do something for John after blowing that O-ring." And we came up with the idea of getting that donut, and we had Jason's daughter paint code 2 on it for him, and we staged it in his truck when we were in staging lanes at Winnemucca. And
let's go warm up the truck.
Yeah. So,
is John Bianchi one of your boys?
Yeah, from Hollister.
Yeah, country mud guy. He actually, John just bought, when I bought new headers for the judge. John bought the old headers off of my truck for his country mod.
Bianchi road.
My booster seat. JB booster seat.
Are you guys anywhere by Yolo County? I do a lot of appraisals on tomato harvesting equipment. Does that ring a bell?
Yolo is north of us.
Yeah.
About
hour and a half.
Hour and a half north.
How far is that place where they smoke all the weed and gas is like $9 a gallon?
That's down on the coast, south of Monterey. So that's about a 3-hour trip from us. You got to get out to the coast and then go south.
Or Humboldt.
No, he's talking about that. The guy, it went viral. Some guy took a picture. It was like $9 a gallon at a little gas station on Highway 1.
Yeah.
That was the shit you guys talked about wanting to just shake and fall off, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's
if that fell off, we'd be okay. As long as I'm not at work when it happens, because I work over there. But
what I like about this, you guys are fun, and we've had a great interview, and we're not done yet. But like, I will tell you, the numbers are phenomenal for this show. Like, sometimes people fall off, but you guys are keeping them engaged. And Ryan and I have had these chats off air. If we start to lose followers, we're just going to wrap it up. But
who said the Three Stooges don't get ratings?
No, this is good though. But
we'll take it.
You surprised me, and I know Charles as well, and Ryan. I didn't realize. I figured honestly, you guys, that you had 3 or 4 pulls a year, and that was it. I mean, I really did. I just didn't know any better. John, you really need to start posting all the pulls on Beer Money. I mean, you have access. You have no excuses. It looks like you're half sane, and I saw you using your phone. So,
why you look at me like that?
Because
we're gonna find the time. We're gonna find a way to get out there to Turlock. We want to do that. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it would be fun to bring 4 or 5 of us out there with our cameras and everything, and really cover it like we did Georgia last weekend.
I was gonna say we did Georgia. We can do Cali.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got multi engines out here. We got a lot of the same stuff you guys have back there. Just like I entered or sent that deal, it said when you guys were looking for who you suggest for those classes and stuff for the champions pool, I put up Jared Birchke with Swiss Power. So me and him go back and forth. We've known each other for quite a few years.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind, and I'd be a part of, and I'd help if necessary. I wouldn't mind seeing Larry go out and mix it up with the modified boys back there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the fan voting starts right after the new year, so
Yeah.
it's all good to go after that. So
guys, you said everybody who's watching, I guarantee you, has this perspective about what it's like to live and work and exist in California, in the state that it is. You guys are promoters. You have put on pulls. How hard is it to actually put together a pull? How hard is it to promote it? And what's the crowd reception? I mean, we've seen some videos where we've had big crowds. I've seen Chip and Aries videos where he's pulled in front of big crowds. You guys have probably been the same way. Real world, is it as hard as everybody thinks?
It is to a certain extent. Just there's only 2 insurance companies out there that'll insure the shows and stuff like that. So we got to be walking on our pins and needles a little bit. It's a lot of legwork, a lot of logistics that goes into it. Getting crowds, they love it.
Yeah.
And
a lot of that is a misconception of California. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of blue-collar, red-blooded Americans out here, and our part of the state is not what gets the attention. It's your San Franciscos, your LAs, your Sacramento that get the attention. But I'll tell you what, the town I live in, if there were no street signs or anything and somebody dropped you off, kidnapped you and kept you blindfolded for a week, dropped you off in the middle of my town, you'd think you were somewhere in Texas.
Yep, absolutely.
We actually beat a town in Texas. They sold tickets and did the whole 9 yards because we were fighting over the town motto. And we actually won. So that's why the town I live in, Oakdale, California, is called the Cowboy Capital of the world.
Nice.
That's a good story.
So
this is actual fact, guys. What they're saying is truth. There's another California that isn't a city with 2 names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
No, but we talk about this all the time. The news, they only want stories and they want ratings, so they're going to talk about all the crazy people. I just assumed everybody stood outside your events and picketed them and diesel smoke and all that stuff. So
the easiest way I can describe California, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but tell you from a geographic, from a weather standpoint, from the amenities that are around us. I mean, I can go from snow to the Pacific Ocean in 3 hours, right? Geographically, it's the best place in the world to live. Politically and economically, I'll let you come up with the term, but it's not friendly for work.
Handcuffs.
Amen.
There's so many, with especially the Central Valley. All through the Central Valley is hardcore ag ground.
Yep.
And basically, once you go from the Central Valley to the Sierras, it's basically all red. I mean, it's good people, and it's just down home. Once you cross over that Altamont,
I must have said something to John that hurt Brian's feelings. He says, "Be careful what you say to John." So, is he like your big brother, Brian? Is he taking care of you, John, or what? When I was picking on you about posting on the internet,
Brian. That's a good friend of ours up in Washington.
Okay.
We get to see him once a year.
Every one of your buddies has a Trump logo on their Facebook profile. I love it.
There ought to be a good video of Brian with the flag at Gardnerville.
I love it. How far are you from Salinas, California?
Salinas, California, we're about 2.5, 3 hours, 2 hours from. It's funny that where my truck originated, Hollister, California, is right down the road from Salinas.
Okay. Jer's in for a road trip. We'll have something to drink. That's good.
For all you Gen Z people, he said Hollister.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part is that I actually thought the same thing.
Anything else?
A lot of great guys in agriculture out there in California. Exactly. My son is at Vanderburg Air Force Base right now. Eric's a puller from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. My oldest is actually back in the state right now. He's out in the desert doing drills with the United States Army. He's actually stationed in Colorado, but he's in state right now.
Here, I gotta be right back. I gotta show you new T-shirts I just got made for my Beer Money Pulling Team website.
And this is where Jason's ADD strikes.
Yeah.
In the middle of a
That's
conversation.
okay. Hey, we deal with this one.
Right. This teasing. Oh gosh.
I knew these were coming. These are going to be terrific stocking stuffers, folks. BeerMoneyGear.com.
No, BeerMoneyPullingTeam.com. We have a Shopify account now.
That
I
too.
thought you are famous, JB.
This stands for FHA, Jesus, and beer. My 3 favorite things. So.
Oh, it's FJB.
Famous John Boer.
That is fantastic.
Actually, I'm gonna do that, Boer. I need your address. You get that. It's coming. That's a famous John Boer. That's how I'm gonna market that. When all the liberals come after me, I'll say, no. Right here. The famous John Boer. Don't be reading into this.
That's right.
I thought you were going to come back in the frog costume there for a moment.
Well, the frog costume.
Don't tempt him.
Yeah, John, then you'd have to one-up him with your unicorn.
You just need a pager on that shirt and a fire hat, and it'd been perfect.
Yep.
No, we just printed a whole bunch of them, so they're starting to sell rather quickly. I'm quite pleased with the response we received from our fans today. So
awesome.
Yeah, we wish we could have had a suitcase full of them down in Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure
that would have been fantastic.
They were chanting it. At the poll Saturday night. Not just one people, all the peoples.
A lot of people. Awesome. A whole bunch of people. It was loud.
You guys got a compliment from Donnie. You got to have a good Donnie Reeves story. Tell me something. I mean, I've met Donnie. He's a character. So
go for it, John.
Or Mrs. Donnie.
Or Mrs. Donnie. Just give us something. Give us a little. Look at old Titty over there, just giggling.
Oh, no, I'm not touching that one.
No, they're both great people.
Yeah.
Both great people. They do a lot for the pulling community too up here.
Oh, I know they do. Great
sponsors. I think Jason's afraid of him. That's why he's not going to tell the story. He's got a good story. He's just not going to tell it.
He saw the name on the weight box of that sled, and he doesn't want that coming forward on him. So
I ain't scared of that sled.
Clearly, you are.
Any wineries?
That's all good. You know, there's great people out here. They've been supporting this support before I was even around. So, I mean, you know, Donnie and Coelho and you know, all the old timers, they brought this from the ground up and have keeping it going. And, you know, that was how we were all introduced to the sport. So, you know, there's really, you know, I went to Pahrump with Donnie and his whole team, his wife, everybody. They hauled Larry Lopes' truck. They hauled all the trucks down there to Pahrump because it was a big show for one of the promoters, and just best in class. I mean, they took us all out to dinner, hauled the trucks there and back, and I mean, just the way they support the pulling community is amazing. So,
that's all I've ever heard about Donnie. To do anything for anybody. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Brian says, nice show tonight, fellas. Well, thank you, Brian. I was just picking on John a little bit. Don't get your undies in a wad. So,
as for the modified 4x4s on the West Coast, you know, the whole title that we have up there, the Old Iron Outlaws, that started this year. John and Jason Ingham, half-breed, kind of coined that. And we all sat down and we said, well, wait a minute, every truck that runs with us, I mean, we've run to Idaho together. We're a group, and all these trucks are older trucks, you know, 70s on back. I mean, I think, Jason, you the oldest at 42?
I think so.
Yeah.
Right. So they range from 42 to Larry's is a 78. So they're all old iron in one way or another. Yeah, I mean, mine's not iron anymore, but you know, it was part of the first wave of California modifieds. And
Larry's still not in pre-smog.
Yeah. All the Dodges look the same. So we can lie to people.
No, we almost had him out of the chair that time.
But John went ahead and started. So if people want information on where we're going to be, instead of having to follow one promoter, because like John said, we have 3 or 4 promoters that we run for out here. The Old Iron Outlaws Facebook page is there. Updates will come for shows, schedules, things of that nature. They can follow that page and get any information on where these trucks are going to be.
Is that the old Iron Outlaws Pull team?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to throw that right now in the comments for everybody to please go like that page.
Yeah, it has a picture of Double Ugly and Code 3 on it. And then I think the backdrop is the one of all of us in front of Flash.
Sonora? No, it's Sonora. Oh, did you change it?
I changed it to the one with
Okay.
Flash.
Yeah.
Well, guys.
All right, boys. I got a
here's what we
question for
do.
you.
Ryan asks a question, and then we're going to let you guys go, okay?
That's right. Jason, shut up. I'm talking now.
Hey.
I like him.
I
All right.
want to cut
so
you off
you
because
guys,
I got another question I want to ask too, but go ahead.
You guys can steal the keys, figuratively speaking, to any pulling vehicle, past or present. What are you taking? Where are you pulling it? And why?
Titty, you go first.
I'm taking Young Guns to Bowling Green, and just because I know it's been a dream for Larry and even myself to get back east and be competitive with that truck.
That's Larry Lopes, your engine builder?
Yep.
Cool. Nick?
Honestly, I as far as pulling goes, I'm already kind of living my dream. You know, I grew up, I was 4 years old when the Judge was built, and I grew up around it and watched my great uncle pull it. And, you know, if I could take the Judge to Wheatland, Missouri, and honestly, if I could get a hold of its sister truck, the Prosecutor, which looks just like mine, only the color scheme is flipped. If I could take those two trucks to Wheatland, Missouri, I'd have a hell of a time and probably be an emotional wreck.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like Hollister?
Hey, if you make that happen, you call me. I'll come down and shoot. I'm a photographer by passion, so I'll come down there and shoot it. I promise you. My car knows the way now.
He's a photographer by passion, but he's a dick in real life. So
I'll second that.
And he's
Shut
great
up,
at
Cody.
it. He's great at it. John?
Mine would have to be the Falcon. It's an old California super mod that's out here. Ron Milling's the Falcon. It's a twin engine 36 Chevy.
I think it was 30, yeah.
36 Chevy, but it's a super mod. They used to run out here for many, many years. Twin engine job, and it would just be to drive it, period. Didn't matter what hook, where at, anywhere.
John doesn't like to leave his county lines here, so probably be Turlock.
Yeah, John used to be John used to be the travel coordinator for the group, and he got fired after putting us in a hotel 4 hours away from the arena. Yeah, we rolled back into the hotel at 4:00 in the morning. I got the maid banging on the door at 8.
I paid her to do that.
Yeah. Why didn't you pay her to have it ready when we got there?
Whoa.
Sounds like you guys need to go to court again. John, what size T-shirt do you want?
2X.
Medium. No sleeves.
No sleeves.
Wow.
Famous John Boer. I love it.
Nobody wants to see that.
Charles, one more
Charles,
question.
what was your question?
So Coelho's a name that resonates back here. You guys got a Jackrabbit story?
Well, actually, we do got one little bit of a hair story.
I have a wife story about that too.
The original Wild Hair, the yellow 78 Dodge Power Wagon. Another competitor of ours had it for a while, Eric Cabral, and a friend of ours from here, Arnold Avila, just purchased it. So sooner or later, it'll be coming back out.
Yeah, the original Wild Hair will be back.
But the Jackrabbit, it was at Stan County Fair. It was actually last time it was at Stan County Fair. It was hooked up to a sled, and that thing gets harmonics going in that front axle bouncing when it's up in the air. It actually sent a shockwave through the sled and started busting everything on the sled before the show. So they had to scramble to get it back together.
I got a great story about the hair. So me and Larry, that was our main competition. You know, there was like 10 trucks running, but it was always we're chasing Coelho for the championship. And when I got my truck in 2010, he comes walking up to me and he's like, "Hey, you know, I'm happy for you, but then I'm also sad because it's going to break up that relationship of you and Larry, you know, running around together. And I told him, I said, hey, Dan, I appreciate it, but we just got another bullet in the gun to come after you.
So then I have a story that I wasn't there for, but this has been passed along. So this goes back to the 80s. My great aunt Myra and Dan's wife Shirley were sitting in the stands talking, and at this time all the trucks were running. So you had the judge, the prosecutor, you had Hare and Red Rabbit all running, and they were talking about, my great uncle had mentioned building a third truck, and my Aunt Myra looked at Shirley and said, if he builds another truck, it's going to be called Divorce Court. And Shirley turned around and looked at her and said, yep, and if Danny builds another one, it's going to be Dead Rabbit.
Dead Rabbit. Hey, John.
Love it.
John,
You
I
guys
wanna,
are awesome,
how many?
man.
I'd be
I want
honored
to come out and hang out with you guys.
if I put
Yeah.
some stickers in with John's T-shirt. Will you guys put these stickers on your truck?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I'm gonna send like 10 or so out. John, you hand them out to these guys.
Yep.
I'd be honored, and send me a picture. Well, John, just post it on the page.
Yeah.
And then Nick or Titty, if you guys want access to the Facebook page, just let me know. And then because you guys can share more stuff too.
Me? Yeah, you.
Yeah.
You can have Zach do the live events while we're pulling.
That sounds good.
Do that.
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna send you guys watch your Facebook notifications tonight, okay?
Okay.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
You
so
guys
much.
are. This was a blast. I had no idea what I was getting into, so I appreciate you being cool. So
Yeah, let's make plans to do this again. Maybe in person.
Yeah, this has got to be a great group of guys. We spent just over an hour with them, and we didn't scare them off.
We've all been properly medicated.
guys, have a great night. Have a great pull Saturday, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
Jason, hey, I'm serious. Get a hold of me on that brewery.
Yep.
They've got something going on here.
All right, let's do it.
We'll do.
All right, dude.
Cheers.
Awesome, guys.
See you guys. Okay, that was awesome.
All right, what
That
do we
was
got to do to get those guys
perfect.
out to an outlaw show?
That's a pretty good run. It's more than 3 hours. That's all I'm saying.
I know it is, but Donnie will come out.
Well, Donnie's got trucks. We know that. So.
That's true.
Hell, I want to go. I want to go to California. Hell,
I
let's
do
go
too.
Turlock.
Now,
We're gonna
I
do
never
that
thought
next
that I
week.
would say that.
We're doing that next week. I've never been to Cali. And Titty sounds just like Fagundes. If you did, because Fagundes will call me, and that he sounded. It's an accent thing because John and I didn't pick up much accent at all with John and Nick, but Titty, he sounds like Fagundes just to a T. So that was fun. God, that was fun.
That sounds like hearing those three guys talk about the camaraderie in their class.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
sounds like the stuff of legend to me.
Yes.
Well, no, but I think every club has that, Ryan. They just don't talk about it enough, or we haven't
They
done a
don't.
good enough job of getting them on the show. Because honestly, guys, we typically only get one guest on.
Right.
To have three of them on like that was a hoot. And to have them all compete against each other, and there was a little bit of smack talking, and they were off screen going like this to each other,
Yeah.
I
a little bit of sign language.
Yeah, no, it gives me ideas too for future guests because
Yeah.
just like I see how they interact and I see that in other places. There's places where it happens.
Well, it's like Bruce and Tyler. I mean, father and son just absolutely hammering each other the whole time, and that's what makes it fun, and that's what pulling's all about. So.
I was gonna ask him to start talking smack on the East Coast guys, see if we could get or some Midwest guys, and see if we could get a challenge put together.
The numbers of the show were like legit, like high.
Oh, I was watching. It was way up there.
I was like, and it stayed. So I mean, that's
Nice.
cool. That is super cool. Okay.
Now it's just us
Topic.
freaking idiots and no one's watching.
I started watching. I started
Silverdale?
watching live, and that's when
I've been told, Brenton, that they do very, very well with their shows, and that pulling isn't as profitable. That's kind of if I could sum it up in 10 seconds. So, but that's why that is. But I could be wrong. Maybe Bryce Howell's watching tonight. Steph says, awesome show, guys. But Brenton, Shipshewana, Indiana, January 13th through 15th, buddy. 6 sessions, 3 days. You get to listen to Chuck E. Cheese up there on the mic. It's a good time. So
Get that super hick ready to go.
for sure. for sure.
Hey, also FYI, guys, pro stock is fine. Charles doesn't say anything. He literally had to put himself on mute. I know it.
I didn't put myself on mute. All I did was smile, and I'll let the graphic speak for itself.
Right.
Okay, the guys they're watching the show still. So Titties calls out bad bow tie Rick Johnson. So there's a call. That's
a good call out too.
That's a hell of a call out. Awesome.
Titty, I know where you can settle this. August 4th through 6th in Rockwell, Iowa. We will take damn good care of you. I promise you.
Oh yeah, bring that out.
And I know Rick will be there.
Yes.
Plus, you'll be in Jamie's hometown if you put a couple feet on him. Oh boy, Jamie will put giant semi-exhaust stacks on your truck.
Did I start a thing? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there with that comment from Eric. Did I do something?
Here's old Charles over there stirring the pot.
Pro stock is fine.
Jason, Nick, if you guys are still watching, I think they are. Accept your friend requests from me, Jason Schultz, and then I'll add you to Beer Money. So, Charles, can you kind of go over the fan voting and the procedure for the Pullers Championship, May 13th and 14th in Nashville? How this works?
So the very basic thing is that we are approaching those who were top 5 in points in their respective associations for 2021, and beyond that, the extra spaces in every class will be open to fan voting. We're going to give everybody who was top 5 the opportunity to accept or deny their bid for this event up through the first of the year. On January 3rd on this show, we're going to go live with the fan vote portion, and at that point, you'll be allowed to vote for who you want to see be at the Pullers Championship. It'll be live for 2 weeks, and we want to. It's open to anybody. We want you to span the globe, as it were. When the 2 weeks is up, we'll narrow it down to the top 20 for each class, and then we'll throw that open again to vote for who you want to be in. And our goal, our hope is that we can tell you going into the later part of February around farm show time who we are extending bids to, and it'll take some time for people to accept those, but that's where we're going to be. We want to know going into March who's going to be at this deal where we are 100% giving the gate back to the Pullers every penny.
Bingo. No, there's just been a lot of chatter about it, and Charles said it best. We're inviting the top points tractors and trucks in their respective categories, with a few exceptions. The 85 Limited Pro, that's a promoter choice. The 4-1s, we decided to do fan votes. I know that's caught a little bit of slack, but for Louisville, the only way you get in there is a points championship. So we decided to open up a little bit. Might change it next year. Whatever. It is what it is for this year. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, the hotels are filling up around there already. Paul said normally Paul would be on the show tonight, and we're on a sponsorship drive to obviously cover our fixed costs. So we, insurance, sleds, advertising, etc. So we can, we're good to go. I'm just excited, guys. There's a really good buzz about the event.
And I hear you guys who are upset that your class is not a part of this. And that's awesome that you have that concern and that you want to be a part of it. And from those I have heard from, if this works, 2022, you guys will be there. You will be. We'll expand it and we'll make it happen, because ultimately, this is always about you guys as competitors. The unspoken piece of this is why are we doing it? Why are we putting the money out there for the competitors? Point blank, because no one else is gonna. It's about you guys. We want to do this for you. It's about us giving back to the people who have given so much to us as media, as promoters, whatever.
As fans.
You guys make this shit happen. And it's wrong for us not to give back to you. We want to make something happen that is special to you guys and puts money in your pocket, and it's it's something that's aspirational for you guys to be a part of. Is it going to be the future of pulling? I don't know. I don't have that crystal ball. But are we shaking the ant farm? Bet your damn ass we are. Yes, we are. We're trying to make something happen for this sport where we pay you guys. And if that translates to something better in the future for everybody, then you guys win. And that's what we're about.
None of us could have said it any better, Charles. So thank you.
And also, I did notice that the complaint department just did log in and say hello. Please direct all comments of complaint to Brent Shorefighty.
Sorry, Brent.
Love you, Brent.
Diesels in dark corners. That is seriously one of the most beautiful, unique places in the world. That I've personally been to. After seeing some of these California pictures tonight, I might that Sublimity Fall Festival thing, that looked pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, guys. So when I was rolling through those videos at the beginning of the show, but it was colder in Georgia than it was in Wisconsin this weekend. There were actually people with like little fireplaces in the back of their pick-em-up trucks, but that place was packed. And we talked to a lot of fans, and they do not have a lot of pulling in Georgia, and I did not realize that it was that kind of scarce, if you will. Like, sounds like there's more pulling in California than there is in Georgia. Would you agree with that statement, Ryan and Cody?
Yep.
So
it was badass. I got to see some of what Adam Wilson put on his YouTube channel today and yesterday, and I don't know. You guys were there, feet on the ground. Was turnout a little light?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially the first night.
Seemed like
the first.
There, 2.6 and 3.0 was solid full.
3.0 was stacked. 2.6 was stacked.
There was more 3.6 and super stock last year, Charles. I think mostly because it was a COVID year last year, and guys just wanted to get out and pull last year. So
yeah. That for me just it hurts because they're doing such a great thing down there, and I'm sort of curious why the sport wasn't there, because what a show that they offer. It's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like with those classes, Charles, I feel like a season kind of ends after Wheatland. I'm not trying to downplay it or anything. That's kind of also one of the reasons we picked a May event for the Pullers Championship, just because of that same feeling a little bit. Because I heard, hey, the Indiana and Ohio guys had harvest and they had a week of rain last week. Adam Wilson, he told us flat out it had been wet. Michael Asher runs around with Eric Huck and those guys. So that's kind of what I heard. So
I don't know. I guess I understand that, but I look at what they were able to do for King of the Streets and in Ohio a week or two back, and yeah, the super stock diesel class didn't come out, but the class racing guys did. And so is it geography, or I don't know.
No, I think it's all part of it. I mean, maybe not. Maybe we haven't done a good enough job letting everybody know how awesome it is. I don't know. We could take a little bit of the blame on it. I think thought we did a good job, but I know this time of year people are already starting to think about next year a little bit, Charles. And it's a hike down there, bud. It's 15 hours for the Wisconsin guys from central Wisconsin.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's a long haul.
But for a 2.6 truck or a 3.0 truck, I mean, besides Shides, guys, where else would you say that it's more prestigious to win an event like for the 2.6 or the 3.0 class? Because there was heavy hitters there in those classes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, at Shides, they line up all the way around. You know, the 2-track qualifying during the day. I mean, you were there, Charles, so kind of wild. So, but hats off to Ryan and Hank and the mayor. They're just as fun as the people from California we just had on, Charles.
They are.
We got there Thursday night, and they're all standing around a burn barrel drinking a beer and picking on each other, and you can tell the same kind of poking and prodding that they have in that internally there. And then they have like 4 or 5 pulls a year there. This is their big baby where they invite all the national guys in. But it's a cool venue, Charles. Cool venue. So.
Seems like, and everything I've seen in the past has always been really positive about it. And I want good things for them. I want to see the baddest of the bad in super stock diesel 4-wheel drive and some 3.6 trucks that just gonna rip your face off. Go down there. So I hope they get that.
And here's the mayor's deer. So
oh man, that thing that's I'm not a hunter. I'm not that I don't care. It's not my jam. I'm a motorsport sports guy, so I don't take the time. But what a beautiful catch to get that.
So
I think he said he was gonna do a full body mount on that too. Didn't he say that, Cody?
Yeah, he's gonna do a full body mount, but he was on vacation on Friday, so he's like, "Oh, I'll just go sit and do a little hunting in the morning." And then he came home with that, and he's like, he came to the track to see if we were all there early enough in the morning that we could all take a picture of it. And but yeah, it was already on the way to the taxidermy to get a full body mount. But they said it's extremely rare for them to find a buck in a piebald deer like that. So
that is really rare. That was an awesome get.
Yeah, so he was pretty excited.
So that's awesome. Well, guys, we promised to keep this hour and a half or less, and we're 9 minutes away from our hour and a half. So life is good. I'm jacked about the Pullers Championship. To me, it's all eyes on Midwest Winter Nationals now, January 13th through the 15th. We're going to be pounding that hard on TikTok, Instagram, the Facebook, YouTube, all of it. Excited to get all the video from the guys that went down with us to start sharing that on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. It was a great trip, Charles. Hopefully you can tag along next year. I know you're tired and wore out, but maybe we can peel you away for a weekend there. So
next year will be another year, and hopefully that can be a thing. This year was choices were made.
No. I get
you made the right choices too.
You got to take care of your dad,
For real.
I get it, your kids. But I'm just saying, we'd love to have you down there. It was fun to go down. I want to get the tractor down there, Charles. I really do. So
that'd be awesome. I'd love to go down there with you, do that, and crew for you. That'd be awesome.
I finally got to see this guy's tractor run in real life.
Holy cow! That guy's
got some stuff.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
McAllen's got some stuff.
He laid down a monster. He was first hook Friday night, first hook of the show, and stuck it out there 376, and they reset the sled. And he heard it Friday night, and I don't think they had so much blow by Saturday. It looked like Cheech and Chong and a whole car full coming out the bottom of that tractor when he started it up Saturday night. They reset the sled. He tried to come back, and I almost went out there and said, "Logan, I know this tractor's pretty stout, but it's not my place." I was videoing and I watched him, and Logan's a hell of a sled operator. And that track was mean Friday night. I mean, mean.
Yes, it was.
So you get Logan's decision maker is the sled operator on there?
Yeah. He was Friday night.
Yeah, he was Friday night.
Oh, no, I want to go so bad. I love Logan. He's a good dude.
Logan will be there next year. There's some rumors that maybe Logan doesn't work for Mr. Love anymore. So,
oh, son of a gun.
Well, let's not get on pull off yet.
We might have to delete that because
Pro Stock is fine.
Pro Stock is fine. What are you talking about?
No, it's a
Logan is awesome.
We're down to less than 100 live viewers now, and this is what Roos and I've talked about. We got to, our loyal fans are still here, but we gotta wrap her up and hit the. I got a flight to Florida in the morning, so.
Hey, if you're not still watching this show, you suck.
That's right. Hey, before we all sign off,
and you know who you are.
Yeah.
Before we sign off,
In my
we got to
ad
spend a
box,
minute.
Don't care.
What the hell? Did they put me on mute?
No.
Okay. Then we got to take a minute. We got to brag up the guys who came with us. There were 7 of us who went down there this year, and we did something we've never done before. We went with a single goal, and it wasn't just shenanigans. Let's just say shenanigans with media interspersed. We went and we kind of wanted to prove a concept that, for those of you who have watched any drag racing stuff from 1320 video, they do a killer job of telling a story. They go with a crew of, depending on the size of the event, 5 to 7 or 8 people. I've worked with Kyle and some of the crew, and I've met those guys and talked with them, and we've done some work together.
I've lost a bet to some of them.
Say what now?
I've lost a bet to some of them.
You've lost a bet to them?
Yeah. UCC high dyno number.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
I had to pay off.
Yeah. So we brought it was the 3 of us that you see here. Obviously not Charles. He was back home tending to things at home. And we brought Doug Borth, and a lot of you guys know Doug. Doug has done a lot of social media work for us over the past year and a half, 2 years. He knows what to do. We brought Ryan Majewski and Scott, and I'm not going to even attempt his last name. I think it's Stoborel.
Yep.
Did I get it right?
Yep.
And we brought Lefty, Tony, one of Jason's realtors. And these guys have all had social media experience to the extent that they send Snapchats. They put stuff up on Facebook on their own pages once in a while. And Ryan's got a pretty good following on the Tickety Talk. But they've never gone to an event with the express sole purpose of, we are creating content. We are going to tell a story. And I don't think any of them really knew what they were getting into. I mean, we told them, look, this is what we're planning on doing. I don't think they understood what they were getting into until they got there.
We actually sat down Friday before we went to the track. Cody took over and said, and we all agreed to what part of the track we're going to cover. It was awesome.
Yep. And we gave all of them a challenge and basically said, okay, this is what we want you to do. Tell us a story through your eyes. Whether that's going out and chatting up pullers in the pits or doing, videos on the track or any combination. Tell us about diesels and dark corners through your eyes. And none of us, all 3 of us, we had lunch at Hartsfield Airport yesterday, and we were all blown away by the amount and the quality that these guys produced. And even more than that, how they stepped up and they challenged one another. I know Cody and I talked on the flight home, and it was almost more fun for the 2 of us to sit and watch them go back and forth. And after, every shot that they really loved, they had to find somebody to tell. Yes, Jerry, we know they're horrible pedal pullers. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you guys came up with, man.
We can't either. There is so much amazeballs footage that once we start getting this stuff put together, it's going to be amazing. And truth be told, it's all due to those guys and all their hard work. We are so impressed. We were so glad to have you guys. They earned their spot on this crew. We will do an event with you guys any day of the week.
And they kind of drove the creativity of the next person when they showed the video. Like it just kept driving and driving and driving. And back to Adam's comment, that video that Jesse's got is going to be pretty cool too. That he got that you were there and saw it type of thing. That's pretty cool. But
Oh yes, that
Yeah.
the one that makes me want to take out a loan
Alone.
just
Yeah.
to buy some lenses and cameras and.
Well,
Yeah.
I shoot video too, so yes, I know.
Charles, you will you'll start drooling.
Yeah,
You're not gonna
I know where you're
believe
going.
what
I know
Jesse
where
got.
you guys are going, and I'm already there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
But yeah, it was
Kevin Campbell from Chaos Fabrication. Have you guys heard of him?
Yes.
He's kind of a big deal, I think.
Kind of a big deal. He hangs out with that Colin Rouse guy, I think.
Yeah.
He said, Jason, I wanted to reach out and set up a sponsorship spot for the Pullers Championship Pull. I really like the concept and hope it can take off.
Attaboy, Kevin. We appreciate that.
Charles
Love you,
feel
Kevin.
good on the
Thank
Tingly
you.
Bunny.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
So thank you, Kevin.
So here's something I'm gonna try to do. How I don't know how the hell I'm gonna make this happen, but I'm gonna come out there and we're gonna go through your shop and we're gonna show everybody what you guys are up to because you guys are doing some cool ass stuff. So I'm closer than any of those guys. So it's probably falls on me to do that. Let's try to make that happen, Kevin. Get a hold of me and we'll find a weekend. I'll come out there for a day and let's do this.
That'd be very cool.
Love it, love it, love it. Guys, love you all. Even you, Roos. So
Hey, I try to be lovable once in a while.
except for when he's snoring.
Shut
Ryan
up.
does-
You know I'm
Ryan
a
is
good
the-
customer.
Wow. It got personal real
if
fast.
the movie's
Yeah.
Monsters Inc. had a snore monster, it'd be this guy. This guy right here.
That one.
Really? Are you really talking, Jason?
Well, I've never heard myself snore.
You do snore.
we have.
Yes, you do. Because I was the first person up, and I was like, okay, it's not just in the downstairs level; it's the upstairs level too. Like the whole house.
So Roos knows this, and you guys don't. I'm a big chainsaw guy. What do you think I sound like when I sleep?
Well,
Wait, you know that snoring T-shirt that's in our store?
Yeah.
That's Jason's creation on purpose. It just so happens that it also applies to my life too.
Well, boys, I'm going to queue up some Built Diesel Mafia, one of my favorite YouTubers, video right now to end the night, and that's it. So
do it. Love you, Adam. Matthew Wilson.
And
you guys
Tim,
next week. Oh,
my drag racing partner in crime.
yes. I do not have anybody lined up for next week, Charles. If you want to find somebody, or Ryan.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Or we might start getting pullers, like some of our class reps for the Pullers Championship.
We do need to do that.
Okay. So
Boots would be fun.
Let's just message on the chat, guys, back and forth on that.
We can do that.
Like Travis or somebody.
Yeah.
Hodem would be good. So
Hodem's always good.
Hodem's usually a riot.
I'll run him down. So, okay, boys.
Awesome.
Peace out.
Love you guys. Later on.
Let me know if you guys can hear the sound of the video playing.
Yep.
Okay, get it right. I'm going to go full screen, Charles. Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, 334.80, 34.2 miles an hour. Norman. .06, 330.06, 33.6 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, I wish I could cut hay that fast. You talk about covering some ground with that thing. Mercy. Alright, we're gonna have us another drawing right here, right quick. Come over here, sugar, stick your hand in. Now that's Shelbyville, Kentucky. Mash on that thing. .16, 305.16, 30.5 miles. Oh, no, it don't. .8, 29.7 miles an hour, 293.80. Good job there, William. Hey. Got a green light. What do you think down there, Adrian? You ready? Yes, sir. Woo! 327.75, 327.75, 32.2 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen.
Watch as that white smoke turns to black. The Crazy X. Ladies and gentlemen, that is doing good tonight. 322.29 for the Crazy X. An incredible run put down by John Vance here, with just a couple more hooks left.
Mash on that thing, son! .10, 308.10. She rolled forward a little bit further. 31.2 miles an hour.
Yesterday, how did you do?
I got second place, 4 feet.
And today?
I was 700 pounds light because I didn't really know the weight of the tractor, and that was the first time I ever pulled her. And today, well, let's talk about today. I put her in the 16,000 pound class. I put her in turret gear. They were all 280, 290. One was 310, maybe 312.
And you were?
I put her right at 370 feet, right in the sand pond. The only mistake I made, I didn't put her right in the registration booth with the girl.
Here we go.